Welcome out to the Nerd Effect News Show. We are on episode number 8. I am one of your nerd anchors, Dustin Vancour, joined by my nerdy news cohorts.
Nerdy news cohorts? What the hell? All right.
He's trying to shuffle it up. Be exciting and different.
I know, I'm trying to come up with something new.
It's cool. I like it. It's good. All right.
Okay.
I'm Michael Morgan.
Hey, Mike.
Hi.
And I'm Mason Ireland.
Hi, Mason.
Hi, Dustin. How are you?
I'm good. I'm jacked up on Red Bull and no sleep.
Awesome!
Woohoo!
Be the best show ever.
And Nikki couldn't make it this week because she's out partying with her family.
It sounded more like babysitting the drunk family.
That true. That too.
Yeah.
Nikki taxi cab service.
Yeah.
Nikki.
Nikki Taxi Cab Brindle.
Red Bull. All right.
We are not sponsored by Red Bull.
That would be nice, but we're not.
No. I would like some of that Red Bull money. I was watching
Well, we got to do like some extreme sports thing to get Red Bull money.
I was gonna say I was watching something on the.
Can I do like extreme
TV
video
today.
game playing and just marathon it for like 20 hours at a time?
Ooh. So every time Dustin gets hit by something in the game, we punch him in the balls.
Yeah.
Ow.
Dustin can play COD, and every time or Battlefield, whichever one he prefers, and every time he gets killed, we punch him in the balls twice if it's a headshot.
Oh my god.
How would you know unless it was
We have a
we'd
thing
have to
here.
We'd have to do Unreal Tournament so we could hear it.
Well, no, you get kill cams. Shows if you're shot in the head.
Of course, Unreal would work too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But then every time I shot Dustin, I'd have to get up from my computer, walk over there, and punch him in the dick.
Yeah, he'd have just enough time to try and respawn and find you real quick like you.
Why the hate?
No hate, it's all love.
We'll have to make...
Kinky love, but love.
We know people. We can have somebody make a ball-punching machine, so every time he gets killed, it automatically just goes off.
Just comes up from underneath the chair, just whoop.
Ooh, yeah.
Snap.
It's like a rock in a sock or something like that. Just swings up and
Grapefruit
snaps you
sock.
right in the nut.
We are a fountain of ideas tonight. All involving Dustin's nuts.
Well, Red Bull gave us wings anyway. I don't know what that means, but
No
Gotta
one
roll with
does. That's part of the thing, I think, is no one really knows what it means.
it'd be nice if it was taken in the literal sense because that would just be interesting.
Yeah. As long as they were large enough to be operationally be able to fly with them.
What if they were kind of like Mithril wings, kind of like Castiel in Supernatural?
That'd be cool too, but I mean, he's an angel; he can fly with whatever size wings he has.
That's true. Dig it. All right. Should we Rochambeau it?
Yep.
Oh! What, son? All right. So, this just popped up in my news feed. Quite literally. We are recording this.
By the way, Dustin won.
Yes. Rock the two scissors.
Oh.
Woohoo!
And I was debating it in the back of my head, and I threw it out anyway, and there it was. There was the rock.
You're like, no.
My scissors, they were crushed. And then Mason's were crushed. We were crush buddies.
Yeah.
Okay, I take the crush buddies back. That's a bad one. I don't like that one. Yeah.
No.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Yeah.
What's going on?
Nothing. Keep going.
Okay.
Too caffeinated. Too late. We're too caffeinated. Let's just go.
So this literally just showed up in my newsfeed, coming from DailyBuzzLive.com. I haven't gone out of my way to confirm if this is real or not because I was too excited to report on it. So if it's false, I apologize ahead of time. If it's true, holy fuck.
Yeah.
So the title of this news article simply reads, McDonald's is removing the Big Mac, apple pies, and eliminating large size options. There's a screenshot of a tweet coming from the McDonald's Twitter page saying, "It is with a heavy heart that we must announce that the Big Mac will no longer be a part of our menu. It is our sincerest apologies." Now, in this article, it reads, McDonald's is removing the Big Mac, apple pies, and eliminating large sizes. McDonald's has just announced that it will be phasing out 8 menu items the beginning of next year, and most McDonald's customers are not happy. Well, you know how long the fucking Big Mac's been around?
The Big Mac was like the second thing added to the menu after it was bought by Crocker or whatever his name is.
According to this little image they have here, it says, "Rest in peace, Big Mac, 1967 to 2015." Come on, man. That's like its signature burger.
Yeah.
You can't... With McDonald's profits tanking over the recent months, the company has had to make some tough decisions to find adequate solutions for their financial distress by shrinking menu sizes. Our intent is to have a cleaner menu board that is easier for customers to absorb. Spokeswoman Lisa McComb said in a statement, to do so, we must simplify our current menu by getting rid of their staple burger, apparently.
Yeah.
This means the end of the Big Mac, apple pie, and large-size menu items. Currently, the Big Mac has a whopping 550 calories and 29 grams of fat, which makes it fucking delicious. You don't go get a Big Mac expecting it to be healthy. You go there because it's tasty. The apple pie contains 250 calories, and it would take a full 69 minutes to walk that off. Good. That's how I want my apple pies.
I don't care if it's by McDonald's or by my mom. I want my apple pie to have fucking calories in it.
I'm just saying, nobody forced the fucking hamburger into your hands.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. Okay. And those two menu items were a tough decision to eliminate. McDonald's is currently testing out a new version of a slimmed-down menu in Delaware, Little Rock, Waco, Bakersfield, Macon, and Knoxville. They plan on a full nationwide rollout beginning February 1st of 2015. One notable ingredient, in quotes, preservatives, might also be eliminated from the menu altogether, which I guess that's not necessarily a bad thing.
Now, okay,
But-
yeah, that's fine.
Mark Andres, president of McDonald's USA, sparked widespread speculation when he asked investors, why do we need to have preservatives in our food? And then answered himself with we probably don't.
Right.
When do you think about this? What do you think about this menu transformation at McDonald's in an attempt to make America healthier? Do you think it will work? Okay. This is rough because I understand what they're trying to do. I do. I get it. Is it the smartest fucking idea I've ever heard? No, probably not. You're asking people who have known this menu since 1967
Yeah.
to completely step back and completely redo it altogether.
Well, the thing is like, I can think of a few other things that McDonald's could get rid of on their menu.
Yep.
For example, the double quarter pounder.
Yeah, there's no reason to have that fucker on your menu.
Right.
I'm not saying it's not delicious, but
But it's just a half pound of meat versus a quarter pounder, which is a quarter pound of meat. And besides that, it's the same exact burger. It's the same bun, the same toppings, the same amount of toppings. You know, the only thing you get more on a double quarter pounder with cheese is one more burger and one more slice of cheese. Mm-hmm. Now, mind you, I'm a big fan of the fact that the number of slices of cheese and the number of burger patties must match. It's one of my little weird OCDs. Like, for example, when I go to McDonald's, like, because I don't go there that often, which unfortunately I've gone there a lot technically recently. I've gone twice in 2 weeks. It's kind of getting disturbing. That's a lot, man. But I usually get a double cheeseburger when I go to McDonald's. I can't have a McDouble. I know they taste the same. I know it is 20 or 30 cents or whatever cheaper. But the fact that there are two patties of meat and one slice of cheese bugs the fuck out of me.
brain no compute.
Exactly. But no, there is a lot of stuff they could get rid of on their menu, like the double quarter pounder. Maybe not have the 10-piece McNugget.
Yeah, that's kind of an odd one.
Because like the 6-piece McNugget's a good one-person size. Mm-hmm. And I get it. They've never marketed the 20-piece as anything but share with people. Mm-hmm. And so I get it, you know.
Kind of like their bucket of fries back in the day.
Yeah. Yeah.
And 29-cent cheeseburger Wednesdays and 39-cent cheeseburger Thursdays.
Yeah.
God bless America. You get like three buddies in three cars and line up in the window and order the max from each car.
Yep.
I think it was like 15 burgers or something like that.
Yeah, it was something like
You
that.
roll out with 45 hamburgers and go home and fucking split them between everybody. Just kill yourself.
Yep.
Yeah, that's amazing. That was before we were smart about calories and content.
Yeah. But like getting rid of the Big Mac. That's like, oh, by the way, we're getting rid of our icon, Ronald McDonald.
Yeah.
You know, it's, I mean, even, okay, no, it's not the healthiest burger on the menu. But simply by the fact that it's on the McDonald's menu inherently means that it's not a very healthy burger. The idea of possibly getting rid of the preservatives, no, good idea. I think, I think that would be a good idea.
If they wanted to go healthy, they'd have to get rid of burgers, period.
Well, the thing is, McDonald's has tried to go the healthy route. They offer healthy menu options.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, I've had their salads before. Like, I've had it with a burger, mind you. But, because if I'm going out for a burger, like, if I'm going to McDonald's, I'm intending on a burger of some type.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what I associate McDonald's with is burgers. But yeah, it's like getting rid of the Big Mac's crazy. Plus, like, relatively recently, everybody else in the big burger chains, Carl's Jr., Jack in the Box, and Burger King.
Mm-hmm.
Wendy's. Well, Wendy's has always had the double and the triple.
That's true.
And
the Baconator.
Yeah, but
that hasn't been an always thing, though.
Yeah, but like Burger King, Burger King, Jack and Carl's have specifically made things that are essentially Big Mac clones, like all relatively recently.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, okay, is the market saturated with Big Macs?
So do you think this is a middle finger from McDonald's then?
I don't know, because, their Big Mac is the Big Mac. It's the one the other ones are supposed to emulate.
Right.
And I think Carl's got closest, but there's still major differences in the taste. So, I don't know. It's just, like, there's so many other things they could eliminate from their menu to make it cleaner. Also, I think part of it would just be redesigning the menu, like how it is written, like how it is laid out, because like they have the big pictures of all of the different combo meals. Well, that's great and all, and if I go to McDonald's and say I want a number one and it ain't a Big Mac, someone's gonna get hurt. I'm sorry to the employee that in February when I go to McDonald's and say I want a number one, I don't get my Big Mac.
Some poor little zit-faced
high
schooler.
I'm gonna punch him in the teeth. I'm gonna punch him in the teeth, and it's gonna be bad. Because I'm gonna be like, that's not a Big Mac.
Assaulting a minor.
No, but it's like they could like they have all plus McDonald's is like all their gourmet-ish burgers now.
Mm-hmm.
If I want a gourmet-ish burger, first of all, if I'm going to go to Fuddruckers or Red Robin.
Well, do you remember, because the other image that popped up into my brain was, do you remember when Jack in the Box changed designs and ran JBX in our market as a test market?
Oh yeah, I liked the JBX grills.
I liked the JBX. Wait, the grills or the girls?
Grills.
Okay. I think you said the JBX girls. I'm like, wait a minute.
Like I missed something.
No,
grills. They were called JBX grills.
Yeah, their menu was awesome, but it never took off here. And I think my fear would be is that's kind of maybe what they're trying to do. Is I mean, does it feel like they're going to be doing like an overall rebranding of the?
I don't think so. I think that would be going too far. Because like the thing is like when Jack in the Box did the JBX grills, Dustin.
I heard you.
They weren't gonna. The original plan was not to get rid of all the Jack in the Boxes. It was to make essentially a half step between regular fast food restaurants and Red Robin.
Yeah.
And like they had a good menu. Like I just don't think it was that a half step was enough to make it differentiated enough. So I think that's why the JBX has failed in a lot of ways. But yeah, I don't think McDonald's is going to go that far. But like with their fancier burgers, there's got to be a way to redesign their menu to make it the information more easily sortable, or basically kind of make it into a flowchart. Because they always really push for the combo meal.
Well, yeah, because that's more bang for your buck and
theirs in the long run.
And theirs in the long run, yeah.
So, have it so like, you have a panel with all the sandwiches, then you have a panel with all of your 3 sizes of fries on it. I mean, it doesn't really need anything. I mean, and then
2 now.
Okay, yeah. And then your beverage panel, which if you're not going through the drive-throughs, get it your damn self. So, I mean, I don't know. There's just, and then you have like you have the menu, you have the dollar menu stuff on the side. I'm sure there's a way to make them to reorganize the menu to make it flow better. But whatever. And then I mean they have so many like of their gourmet burgers and stuff now. I don't go to McDonald's thinking I need a gourmet burger.
Well, the thing is too that they also say they're getting rid of the apple pie, but it's like, I mean, a McFlurry.
I was saying the McFlurry's got to have more calories than an apple pie.
Yeah, and the milkshakes and stuff like that. I'm guessing they're getting rid of the apple pie maybe just because it's not a big seller. I mean, that seems like a possibility.
That one makes sense because I
mean, this makes it sound like they're getting rid of it because of its calorie content, but it's like, I guarantee you there's more calories in a small McFlurry than there is in that apple pie.
Oh, I'm sure.
But
yeah, I don't know. I like whatever other menu items they get rid of, not too terribly concerned about it. But like, even if I hated Big Macs, like even if they were like, the worst thing on the planet to me, I wouldn't want to see McDonald's get rid of the Big Mac because it's their icon, their special burger.
It's the 2 all-beef patty special sauce,
lettuce, cheese,
yeah,
pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun. I mean, there's a damn song about it.
Yes. That just seems like decades of marketing flushed down a toilet getting rid of that. So,
yeah.
Anyway, good luck to you, McDonald's.
Yeah.
I hope this bodes well for you because if it doesn't, then you'll know you've made a huge mistake.
Yeah.
So, here's what I'm got running through my head. I'm a horrible person. I know it. We'll just put that on the table right now. But I'm picturing the riot.
If the last year hasn't proved that yet, I don't.
but I'm picturing a riot that takes place at McDonald's here because of this whole thing, and just close your eyes and picture it with me here. So you got all the overweight people outside McDonald's banging on the door, banging on the glass. You got one of them tries to pick up the concrete trash can thing and drag it over, can't budge it. 2 or 3 more overs come over with them, they drag it over the window, and they can't pick it up enough as they're huffing and puffing to try and throw it through the glass, and just, oh man.
Now see, the thing here, Mike, is as funny as that image would be, the human race, and especially us more well-endowed people, we're extremely lazy. And we'd be like, McDonald's doesn't have what I want, fuck it, I'm going to Burger King. And, or Jack in the Box, whatever's closest.
Yes.
I tend to go to McDonald's. If I go to McDonald's, it's because it's close to me. It's not because I know that their menu items are better.
Right. Except for the fries. I think everyone universally acknowledges McDonald's fries are better than basically everybody else's.
They're pretty much superior.
There are people out there who are legitimately addicted to McDonald's, though.
Yes.
That's kind of the...
Well, in the movie Super Size Me wouldn't prove that. Like,
yeah.
out the gate. Like,
well, I've seen people like that, too.
Yeah.
And, yeah, they're kind of huge.
I'm right there with you. There was a day where I was going to Burger King almost pretty much every day. Not just for dinner, but for, like, breakfast, too, because it was on the way to work. I'd stop by Burger King on the way there, stop by Burger King on the way back. Yeah, exactly. A couple of croissant sandwiches and a fucking double wop, D-wop chi on the way home. Fuck. I feel gross just talking about it. It was just that at that time though I was young and dumb and didn't,
And lazy.
I wasn't concerned about calories,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I did the same thing with Taco Bell. So, yeah. That's probably even a little more disgusting when you think about it.
Yeah, it's Taco Bell.
I refuse to go Taco Bell because I'm afraid they'll serve me a potato one day.
Okay.
Come on, that was a joke, remember? From back when?
Oh.
Because they fucked up my order like 3 times in a row.
Oh, that's right.
Like,
Now I remember, yeah.
I did, I had Mason and I think Heidi and just somebody else just rolling because I fucking give up on Taco Bell because I swear to God, one day I'm gonna end up with a potato in my in my dinner. And the joke behind that is that they don't serve potatoes, but they would find a way to fuck it up somehow
Yeah.
with a potato. And the only reason I ever went to Taco Bell again after that was because they served my Baja Blast. And I loved Mountain Dew Baja Blast. Which I'm really sad that was only a limited run for consumers.
Yeah. Well.
Now it's back to Taco Bell again.
Yep.
Double Decker Taco, biatch.
I did love what was the one where it was a hard shell taco and then they used basically cheese to wrap a soft shell taco around it.
Oh yeah.
Well, there was
that one. Yeah.
The something crunch, the
Gordita Crunch.
Gordita crunch.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because it was
basically a Gordita shell.
yeah, it was a
Not a
gordita
soft
shell
shell.
wrapped around a hard taco.
Yeah.
With cheese.
Because double decker tacos use the beans.
Yeah, so it's a regular soft shell taco with beans and then slapped around a hard shell taco.
Yeah.
I wonder how many people were just fucking making absolutely hungry right now. It's like, God damn it, I want Taco Bell now.
Hope your lunch is coming soon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, that's my news. Half rant, half good luck.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway,
Yay.
Mike.
Okay. All right. So.
Make sure we're still recording.
Yep.
And through the mics.
Yes.
All right. So when it comes to interplanetary exploration, I mean, pretty much everybody's thinking Mars right now. But we do have a closest neighbor that's even closer than Mars.
Yep.
Namely Venus. So, why not explore Venus?
Because it's really hot and toxic and...
But, heavy metal snow. Yeah, okay.
Oh,
So-
I know. It's
Snow's throwing up the horns.
Yes, it is the hottest planet in the solar system. Surface temperatures reaching, 870 degrees Fahrenheit.
Mhm.
Yep, pretty toasty. Yeah, and of course you do have all the toxic gases and, all those other reasons not to be on Venus. But what if instead of being on Venus, we were above it?
dun dun dun.
What?
So,
Tell me more, Mike.
lol. So basically, team at NASA has been working on a plan to put a high-altitude Venus operational concept program into place here. It's basically having a high-orbit vehicle that would stay in orbit around Venus, a manned vehicle to stay in orbit around Venus for, I think they were talking like 30 days. And then having a return mission where, if that mission's successful, to have a lower orbit vehicle which would actually enter the upper layers of the atmosphere. So basically it would be above the cloud cover. And effectively, repeating this process until they can possibly get something kind of like the ISS around Venus, where we have a permanent city, so to say, that's in orbit around Venus in a low orbit above the clouds, but in the atmosphere.
So, it would just be hovering in one specific spot that I'm guessing wasn't on either of the extremes. 'Cause I can't imagine it could do a full orbit around the planet without getting too hot or too close to the sun.
Yeah, I mean, from what it's showing here, what it seems to me is the idea is to have the city basically suspended above where the clouds would be. So, kind of right in the top layers of the atmosphere.
I kind of get it, I guess. But it wouldn't be orbiting the... I mean, I could see it orbiting the planet, but...
50 kilometers above the planet's surface.
But is it in one specific spot where it's holding orbit, or is it actually rotating with the planet? Because I imagine as you're approaching the side that's closer to the sun, you're going to get really fucking hot. No?
Technically, yes. However, Venus's orbit, like Venus's day cycle, like at time it takes 1 point to go from 0 degrees rotation back to 0 degrees rotation, is actually longer than Venus's orbit around the sun.
Right. I knew that because Neil deGrasse Tyson told me so. Yeah. Thanks, Neil.
Well, I'm sure this would be more of a orbital thing.
Yeah.
Or they'd have it in a position where it wouldn't be in the sun all the time.
Yeah,
that was my...
They're probably going to keep it... Honestly, they'd probably keep it in the dark. So they would make its orbit so it would constantly stay basically in Venus's eclipse.
Makes sense. Just the heat from the surface is enough to keep it going.
Oh, yeah. Plenty warm.
Yeah, it didn't really specify if it would be like orbit or anything from what I saw.
I do like that its code name is Havoc.
Havoc.
High Altitude Venus Operational Concept.
Yep. So, yeah. I don't know. I mean, Mars is just kind of a boring rock. Venus? I mean, that's a pretty
death
rocking
trap.
place. Yeah, but it's rocking, man. It's heavy metal.
Raining sulfuric acid, you know.
We should do a concert there.
So here's what it says. It says the ships would float 50 kilometers, 31 miles above the planet's surface. Here, there would only be one atmosphere of pressure, and the temperature would be a reasonable 75 degrees Celsius. There would also be an ample solar energy to power the crafts, much more than on Mars, and radiation exposure would be around the same as if you were in Canada.
Okay.
So I guess even... So I'm guessing the closer you get to the surface, I'm guessing the concern is that the atmospheric pressure is what holds all the heat in. I'm guessing. Well,
it holds the heat in, but also it. Excuse me. I'm sorry. We are at 1 atmosphere of pressure at sea level on Earth.
Right.
There's it's like 80. Pressure on the surface of Venus. It's like 80 atmospheres of pressure. In other words, we'll crumple your ass like a tin can.
Right.
Would take a modern military submarine that is meant to dive very deep in the ocean and squish it real good, real quick. So you can't really go down that far with our current engineering ability. One, it would cook you like you'd be in an oven. It was, no matter how much heat shielding we put on it, because we aren't that good at that yet. And 2, it's just the same amount of pressure. So you'd have to see, for us to explore Venus, we would have to stay high in the atmosphere. Because basically what happened to Venus is runaway greenhouse gases.
The oceans evaporated really fucking quick, and shit happened.
Yep. And so... and there's no way to reverse it that we can do. So there's no way to lighten the atmosphere by getting rid of all the greenhouse gases.
You just can't take like a pin and...
It'd be a neat trick, but no.
Yeah.
You just can't take a pin and poke it and let it all out?
Nope, sorry.
Well, if we can siphon off the atmosphere into deep space.
But if you left no atmosphere,
Well, yeah.
Then we
there's
couldn't live there anyway.
Yeah, then there's no point.
Plus, the idea of going closer to the sun is stupid. The idea is to escape the solar system in the next 4.6 billion years. So when our star goes boom,
Well, even as it expands, we're one of the fucking first planets to go.
yeah, we're number 3 on the list.
Yeah.
Well, actually, by boom, I meant that expansion. That will probably get the sun as large as the orbit of Mars.
Yeah, I think it'll. They said it would expand about as far as Mars. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I would rather not be here when that happens.
Oh, we won't.
I mean, we won't. But our future ancestors.
Yeah.
Or,
yeah.
Is that? Are they still called ancestors
No.
if it's in the future? What is it called?
I can't remember. Descendants.
Descendants. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, there we go. Descendants. I word good.
Yes. It's late. Leave us alone.
But yeah, no,
Okay, a couple billion years, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, well, I was thinking, we got time. Because we've got the time to figure it out when, I say, if we don't either somehow someone get dumb enough to start a nuclear war first, or if we don't kill ourselves with global warming, we'll be able to figure it out. We have the technology, and we will have the technology, and we have the time to figure it out. So, yeah.
Don't fuck this up, world.
But that's why I like going towards the sun just is kind of to me.
Maybe as a temporary solution.
Well, no, just okay. Exploring Venus, cool, but yeah,
So you think basically
Don't don't invest real estate on Venus. Just
No.
don't.
or Mercury.
Yeah, that'd be bad.
you need a nice space station condo isn't the way to go.
Probably not.
Maybe you could just purchase it and then sublease it and make some money.
There you go. Yeah, sublet it.
Oh, funny.
So Mason,
Yes.
you got news?
Why I do. I indeed have news.
Okay.
It's possibly one of the greatest finds of the 21st century, which we're barely into.
I really don't see anything topping it, so
Yeah.
I think it's pretty firm.
So it has been discovered that God, the Almighty Creator of the universe, has been is definitely descended from a divine chimp species that has been named Pansanctorum. The Pansanctorum species gave rise to the current Heavenly Father over millions of years. There's people have balked at this, just like a lot of people balked at the idea of humans and chimpanzees being cousins. Like there's no way. There's just not enough similarities. But if you look at how evolution works, you can see the similarities, where they come from, and why there were changes. As Pansanctorum foraged across the infinite reaches of the universe, it became easier to walk upright on 2 legs, giving it a caloric savings over walking down on all fours and knuckle walking. So, the modern deity is bipedal, and it makes perfect sense. It causes, less caloric output for your caloric gain, and it means more efficiency. It's very similar skeletal structures, practically the same amount of bones. And Dustin got a text.
Apparently.
Ba-ding.
And there are obviously differences though, but they think that Pansanctorum probably started messing around with the idea of creation ex nihilo about 7-ish million years ago, compared to the 3.6 million years ago or so for the modern God Almighty. Oftentimes though, they think that, there's some obvious things like Chimpan Sanctorum was still frightened by fire, so whenever he accidentally made it, he probably just swatted it out, preventing suns from forming. Yeah, and like he probably didn't have a like developed sense of his omnipotence. It was more like it was more of an instinct. I mean, even though he was definitely self-aware and had spatial perceptions, his greater, like, his ability to pass divine judgment was probably more of a matter of instinct than thought. So, yeah, both Pan Sanctorum and the modern deity both show traits of an even older monkey-like god, such as having, what we call today humans a tailbone, where it's the end of the spine that curves inward now normally on humans. And as we were made in God's image, it does the same in God, but also in the earlier chimpanzee-like deity. So, yeah. And I would say the chimpanzee deity probably knew all that is, but may not have quite had the intellectual capacity to realize it yet. So, yeah. And there was probably a primordial chimp-like Garden of Eden, but when the chimp-like god came down as a burning bush to his creations, it probably scared them and they ran off.
I was just saying it makes sense too, because God created man in his own image. So
Right.
Therefore, if we evolved from chimps, maybe the earlier deities created them.
Exactly. They created them in their own image. And, in some cases, being that, the chimp, you can look at similarities between humans and chimps, and you have to think that, like, a chimpanzee deity, Pan Sanctorum, was probably, if you draw the correlations, was probably a lot more aggressive, and also was more omnipotent than our modern deity, but less omniscient.
Well, goddamn, sir.
That's right.
So, I mean, we've had evolution all wrong here then, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this makes a lot more sense because, I mean, you think back, I mean, where did these dinosaurs come from? There was
Dinosaur
a dinosaur
deities.
god, yeah.
Exactly.
Godzilla.
Yes.
Oh,
Godzilla was
shit.
real.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe the modern day Godzilla is the resurrection of Zilla Christ.
That's right.
Oh, my gosh.
And also, if you look at it, like, where did
So metal.
the single-celled organisms? Single-celled omnipotent deities.
My brain has exploded right now.
Yeah.
So does that mean there's like Big Mac deities and?
Well, no, a Big Mac is not in and of itself a natural thing. It is a created thing.
But there's a cow god.
But there would be a cow god, yes. And a grain god. And a cucumber god. I'm trying to think of all the parts of a Big Mac. And an onion god.
Sesame seed god.
Well, that's the grain god. Sesame
Oh.
seeds and the wheat flour used to make the bun.
So what you're saying is that like sesame seeds and wheat and corn all same grain god?
Possibly. Except for corn isn't technically a grain. Corn is actually grass.
But so is wheat.
Yeah. So, but I mean, at this point, you might be getting into the semantics about, who's right, or is the corn faith better than the wheat faith? I mean, I don't necessarily want to go there. I mean,
I'm all on board for this cow god thing. I mean, beef, cheese. I mean,
milk. Yeah.
milk, yeah. What else do you need?
I think we're all getting into this is what's the tower that fell? Or,
Tower of Babel.
Yeah. I think we got into that with the grains just now. How did that happen? The Tower of Weedle.
Well, that's why we have so many grains. Is that the silo of Babel fell and separated the grains from the one grain, and
oh, you broke me. Silo of Babel. It's so good.
well, where do you think they kept the grain in the Tower of Babel? It was in the silo of Babel.
Oh, mercy. And then we sacrifice alfalfa to the cow gods
Yeah,
to keep them happy. So the grain gods are...
which angered the pig gods, who tried to sacrifice their brother, the cow god, and got themselves exiled from the Garden of Eden because of it.
But then they rejoined back into a burger.
Yes. The amends of the bacon cheeseburger,
Yes.
unifier of religions.
So that's the... the Buddhist... the burger.
Man, I'm so going to be using that. Where you going? I'm going to church. I'm hungry.
Oh, maybe that's how McDonald's should remarket themselves.
But how can you go to but Mike, how can you go to church? You said you don't go to Taco Bell anymore, which is the almighty church and munch.
Yeah.
Of course, you could argue Pizza Hut's a church. I mean, look at the shape of their buildings,
They do have that kind of sloped roof, and yeah.
and it is a unification of all meats, cheese, breads,
And vegetables.
and vegetables.
Yes.
I would like to pray to the Pizza Hut church.
Yeah.
I have no idea how to say the ingredients of a pepperoni pizza in Latin, so that would have been funny. But
Pepperonis, cheesus, and crustus.
You gotta say it in the voice, Pepperonis, Jesus, Christus.
Amen.
We're going to hell. That's okay. At least I'll die laughing. Oh, man. The silo of Babel.
Yeah. Separated the grains when it fell.
That just killed me. I was not expecting it, and it just totally amazing. Oh, my God. If you haven't picked up on it yet,
That was a joke article, boys and girls.
yeah. Brought to us by The Onion with an amazing delivery by our very own Mason. Thank you, sir. That was awesome. Oh, my God.
I'm so going back, listening to this episode, writing this shit down.
We got a few minutes left. Should we do the honorable mention newses?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Shock the monkey.
So,
Yes, an 80s song actually has relevance to the news today, folks.
this is also posted today. It is up on... Oh, sorry, yesterday. This is on CBC News. So, headline reads, Monkey tasered in France after chocolate-fueled bender. So, apparently, some school kids... This monkey apparently went astray from its owner, possibly had been abused or something like that at one point. And apparently some local children in the area had been feeding it Kinder chocolates.
Yay for Kinder Eggs!
Yeah, and it just sent this monkey into a fucking sugar rage, basically, and was attacking children. Reports of kids getting scratched in the face, and it was all it is just this little. It's a North African macaque. They're only 2.5 feet long. They're tiny.
Okay.
I mean, he looks fairly tiny.
You think
Maybe 3 feet,
okay, yeah, 3 feet's a bit more accurate, and also,
because its legs are curled up.
yeah. Also, you got to think that monkeys are really strong and powerful for their size. That macaque's probably at least as strong as an adult human. We humans, the Homo sapiens, last of our kind, last of the homogeneous, the hairless great ape that we are actually a fucking wimp compared to other primates.
Right.
Even the strongest of us are not as strong as a wimp chimp.
Yes. They may not look like much, but goddamn, they are.
But they will rip your arms out of your sockets and beat you to death with a soggy end.
with a smile on their face.
Yes, because if they're showing their upper teeth, that means they're being aggressive.
Yes.
Banana bitches.
So authorities say it's been is likely that it had been abandoned recently after being kept illegally. The animal may have been abused, and an investigation to look at the previous owner has been opened. I just love the final sentence on this thing. The monkey's rampage ended. I like to call it a rampage. The monkey's rampage ended Monday after police used the stun gun to subdue it.
It was a bad monkey. They had to spank it.
And there it is, folks.
Yep.
So I don't know. That's just funny as shit. I'm just flinging poo. That's like the first thing that came to my brain is that this monkey just fucking flinging poo at kids and shit. But apparently it was a little more serious than that. But
Yeah.
A little more scratchy. Give me some more chocolate, you damn kids.
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway,
Slapping his little monkey veins. Give me.
Hey, I know I've acted like that after some really good chocolate before. So,
just hook me up.
Then I'm also thinking the classic game Rampage.
oh yes.
Yeah. Giant ape running around beating on the buildings.
Yep.
I love Rampage.
That was such a fun game.
And it never ended. You just kept going, and it was just endless beatdowns on people.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Started recycling the city names after you got far enough.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many times I took down Toronto, Tokyo, New York,
Boom. Boom.
There's
Kalamazoo.
I'm trying to remember the character. The lizard was Lizzie.
Lizzie the Lizard. Right.
I can't remember the. There's the
I
ape
think
and the
it was
wolf.
Wolfie. I think they did Wolfie. I don't know.
It was like,
Something like
Wolfie the Wolf or something like that. Or Loopy or Louie. Louie
Louie. Right.
the Wolf.
Yes. Monkey, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm thinking maybe some variation of Kong,
Yeah.
but I don't know.
All right, shall we bring this full circle back to McDonald's?
Uh-oh.
Scary?
McDonald's bosses apologize after hardcore porn is accidentally shown in their store.
Oh my God.
So, apparently what had happened was that a McDonald's in Switzerland?
Yeah.
In Switzerland, it had a channel on a sports show that apparently, at the late hours of the night, switched over to hardcore porn. Just on its own. So probably like late night HBO where it's like boxing and then all of a sudden just rolls over into, Real Sex 16 or something like that, So, which is more softcore than anything. So the fact that a sports channel rolled into a hardcore station, then again it's the Swiss, but what do I know?
Yeah.
Swiss.
It's Europe.
Yeah.
Baseball
Yeah,
and holy Jesus, they're still playing baseball just differently.
Home run!
Yeah. So yeah, luckily the patrons at the time were all adult males, because it was in the wee hours of the morning, and they look like, based on the picture here, it looks like they're all just, probably, early to mid 20 something dudes out for a late night burger and shake or whatever. And then there's
Probably drunk.
and then there's the blurred out picture of a dude just railing a chick on the TV behind him. It's pretty funny. Then they realized what was going on and immediately switched the channel, but I think it was going for a good solid couple of minutes. So yeah, luckily I don't think any charges or anything were pushed or anything, but that's some funny shit.
Yeah.
I think
Well, I think that's part of the difference, though, between America and Europe in general, though, is that in America, somebody was getting sued.
oh, I'm getting offended.
Whereas in Europe, they just laughed it off. You know, I mean, yeah, if a child would have been there, it would have been suck. A kid's there, but there probably wouldn't have been too much outrage about it still because it was an honest mistake. And also, people just are a little more laid back in Europe about generally everything.
Let us not forget of the hot coffee incident of the early 90s, of the lady being sued because she was burned by hot fucking coffee.
Yeah.
Which is she's pretty much the reason why you see any cup that says caution contents are hot,
Right.
because you're an idiot if you don't realize that they're hot.
Yeah.
But because no proper warning label was attached to the cup, bitch won.
Yeah. Well, the thing is like, there's a lot more to that case. Like, all she wanted was to have her hospital bills covered. Like, she was not suing McDonald's for millions. That was actually awarded to her by the jury because it was a civil case, but that was awarded to her by the jury.
Okay, so I guess the argument... Wow, we're going to date this back. So I guess that... well, then that beckons the argument, like, where does common sense come in? Of course the coffee's hot. If she would have made that coffee at home, it would have been hot.
Right. They did find a fault in McDonald's policies, though, at the time, because in reality, you're supposed to brew coffee at about 170 degrees for drip coffee. Mm-hmm. McDonald's, to do it faster and also to keep the pots warmer longer on the warmers, they brewed their coffee at about 200 to 205 degrees. And this is Fahrenheit, just in case, we have listeners that use the metric system.
So close to boiling.
So they had it close to boiling. They had it at about 96 degrees Fahrenheit. Or Celsius, sorry. 96, 97, right in that area. So they made their coffee too hot so that it would basically last longer before they had to throw it out.
But it's also, I say at that temperature, it's almost undrinkably hot.
Right. And part of their other reasoning was that most people don't drink the coffee right there. They take it somewhere and then drink it, which is probably true, actually. I'm going to grant them that one. But, yeah, the way they made their coffee was not the proper way to make coffee. And if they had made coffee at the proper coffee temperatures, her burns would have been nowhere near as severe. And she probably wouldn't have actually required hospitalization.
Just oh dear, that hurt.
Yeah.
And then moved on with his life.
It would have been like a first-degree burn, red skin, scent tender. I mean, we've all had first-degree burns before.
Yeah.
Instead of the third-degree burn she got from the near-boiling coffee.
Oh, that makes more sense. I was also like in fourth grade at the time, so I didn't really pay too much
Honestly, I didn't know
attention to
that much about it until only a few years ago. And then it was brought up as in one of my classes, and we learned about it to debate about it, basically.
So I think what we've learned from this story is that McDonald's should put a sign on their TV saying, "Caution, channel may turn to porn at any given time."
Yes, exactly.
You may see penis in about 5 seconds.
Penis and vajayjay incoming.
Mm-hmm.
Just for note, I would not actually go to this McDonald's to eat.
But you'd go.
Despite
Why is this
popular
seat so sticky?
belief, I would not go to this McDonald's because there's no way I could eat while that was on the screen. No.
These guys didn't seem to have a problem with it. They were like, "What the fuck?"
They were drunk.
Probably. I'm surprised because, well, maybe
European. Half of them probably were dating guys anyway. Who knows?
what's that got to do with the fact that there's porn on the screen?
Nothing.
I don't know. I'm just throwing shit out there. I have no idea what it's like.
Well, I think, it's weird because I'm trying to figure out, like, what time of day it does, because they don't mention that what time it flipped over. They just said it's kind of late night. But, like, I'm just trying to think of, like, what time in the day does a cable show start broadcasting porn? Like, I can't imagine it has to be before 10 o'clock.
It was probably around 10 o'clock.
Because most places shut their doors at 10. You know what I mean?
Well, it's Europe. We don't know.
Like, the drive-thru's open till midnight or whatever.
Right,
But
but
usually the eating area shuts its doors at like 9 or 10 o'clock.
Well, that's America.
That's America. And, McDonald's operate differently in different countries. Also, McDonald's in different places in America operate differently depending on where they are.
True.
So...
Kind of like the airport McDonald's over here is a lot different than the McDonald's down the street.
Right. But neither of them will have Big Mac soon.
I think Yeah.
So
I was gonna say like the downtown one I think is open later.
Oh,
You
yeah.
get in the lobby later because of the bar crowd.
yeah,
Well, that makes more sense. And they don't have a drive-through, do they?
no,
Yeah, it's just a walk-in establishment, so that makes more sense than.
Oh yeah.
but yeah, you're
Who
gonna.
knows?
Yeah, I mean, and like, there's one like the McDonald's on the Vegas Strip never closes.
Why would it?
Right, exactly.
What happens at the biggest strip McDonald's stays at the biggest strip McDonald's.
I'll go with that.
Like porn being broadcast on its televisions.
Well, there might be stripper poles on the table, the one in Vegas. I don't know.
That would be amazing. And just have them like cosplaying as like different McDonald's characters, just like a femmed out Ronald McDonald and
Nope.
femmed out Hamburglar. Talk about destroying your childhood. That would be
Yep.
amazing.
Nope.
Fucking grimace, like spinning around.
Nope.
Oh, I want it to happen. It's because it would be amazing.
Okay, for your next birthday, we're gonna get you a grimace stripper.
Please. That would be amazing.
What we'll do is we'll get a supersized stripper, paint her purple.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Not what I had in mind, but
You can call me Grimace, honey.
yeah, don't do that.
How's that visualism for you people?
You destroyed it.
You love your Uncle Mikey, and you know it. Anyway,
that's our news. We're like seriously like 3 minutes from an hour, so I think it's a good place to stop.
Yes.
Any extras? Anything else off the top of your heads?
we miss you, Nikki.
Yeah, I hope you're enjoying your family drunk night.
Yeah.
I'm
And
glad you weren't involved in this.
I don't know. I think she would have gotten a giggle or two out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah, she would have. Okay. That's all right. We'll get her next time.
Yep. So yeah, I'm guessing the next time you will probably be talking to you guys, it'll be the new year.
Yeah.
2015 will have rolled over. So if you don't hear from us again, have a happy new year. We may, if we can come up with an idea for a topic in the next few minutes or so, we'll record another topic show after this. If not, we do have an initiative that hasn't gone up yet, so we might use that as a buffer. And we'll just post the news for this week and then an initiative for the final week of December, and then we'll meet you guys again in January.
Boom.
We do have. I wanted to do it tonight. Schedules didn't quite match up, but we do have another Nerd Effect Tastes video in the works. It'll be
I
posted.
am not stoked about this one. I'm just gonna put that out there.
It'll be fun. I hear the peppermint soda is pretty good, but
That's not the part I'm not stoked about.
the pickled candy cane will be interesting.
It'll be interesting.
Oh, that's
Interesting is
we got it.
being nice. about it.
I'm hoping that the Think Geek Sriracha candy canes will go like on clearance after Christmas, so we can order them. That way they're like $3 instead of $5 or something.
Okay.
That would be
Sriracha
awesome.
candy canes, on the other hand.
So we'll have soda and 2 different candy canes, and we'll just have ourselves a little taste test best.
Yeah.
And then we could go get like the hot chocolate peeps. Have you seen those?
What?
I saw the cat ones that you can like dip in your hot chocolate.
Oh,
It looks
the
looks like
marshmallow looks like the marshmallow
Yeah.
looks like a little cat.
Yeah, it looks like it's floating around in your hot chocolate.
Yep.
But I haven't seen
Inspired
hot.
by someone by an awesome barista who actually made one of those cats out of foam hanging off the side of the glass.
Aw.
Yeah. So it was like little paws hanging on the side of the glass, its little head poking out of your latte. Yeah, no, they have hot chocolate flavored peeps right now.
Scary.
Now,
Why is that scary? That sounds delightful.
I was gonna say, I guess this is the Peeps company trying to capitalize on another holiday.
Yeah.
Easter wasn't enough for them.
Well, it's just in the last like 2 or 3 years that Peeps has been like trying to insert themselves into different holidays.
Yes.
Like they come out with the Halloween Peeps with like ghosts and witches and pumpkins,
Yeah,
and then
but they weren't flavored. They were just Peeps.
they were just Peeps, just different colors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, people out there, if you have
Peep.
something,
He said peep. Oh.
lol, you got something you want us to taste, email us.
Keep it G-rated, please.
Just
Feedback
because you send it to us doesn't mean we're going to do it.
Feedback
But, you know, give us suggestions.
at nerdeffect.com.
Yes.
God, we should set up a P.O. box one of these days so people can just send us shit to taste.
Or we can just give out your address.
Actually,
No.
no.
We will not give out my address on the podcast.
Actually, I'm just going to say no. We don't want people sending us stuff to taste.
Like Arabian Coca-Cola. Or, along those lines.
Be like, hey, try these candy canes. I didn't do anything funky to them.
There's a lot of
Everything must be sealed in its original packaging.
there's a lot of interesting foods at the Winco ethnic aisle. Especially like Mexican desserts that are all made with tamarind and
So
weirdness.
For now,
Well,
just send
a
it
lot
to
of those are
feedback
pretty
at
good.
nerdeffect.com.
Yes.
We'll be good with that.
Yeah, send your ideas to feedback at nerdeffect.com.
And links if you got them.
Yep.
That way we know where to get them.
Yay, links.
Yay! Oh, and also this show brought to you by Amazon.com. If you could, there's a link on our page. Go click it. It'll take you to Amazon, and
Then buy things like you normally do.
then
at
buy
Amazon,
things like you normally do. Yeah, and then
and it'll kick us back some money.
yeah,
Yeah.
help us support the show
Yes.
by
So
getting
we can
yourself some
buy
swag.
all this stuff you're going to suggest for us to try and taste. And yeah, I mean, we got to have money to do that. So get us money. It'll be good.
But you won't actually give us money directly. You won't be throwing it at our face and just getting nothing out of it. You'll
Although,
be getting what you were going to normally get, and nothing will actually happen. We'll just get a little kickback.
I'm okay with them throwing it at my face. Just, as long as it's not like rolls of quarters or shit like that. I'm good. I'm good.
Here's $20. Flip it.
That's 10. Here's the other 10.
Yeah.
Wait.
Oh yeah, they're $10 rolls, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they got $5 rolls now. Whap, whap, whap.
Oh, the half
whap.
rolls of quarters? Yeah.
Sounds painful. Don't take that literally, people, because I don't want to be walking down the street and taking a roll of quarters to the side of the head. That would be bad. I mean, I got hit in the head with an acorn going 30 miles an hour once, and it wasn't pleasant.
Ow.
Yeah, the old LeBaron. It was.
Ah, the LeBaron.
The convertible top was down. I was driving down Harrison Boulevard, where there's plenty of oak trees to be had.
Yes.
And an acorn happened to. Yeah, God, the almighty chimpanzee deity had a sense of humor that day.
Yep.
Yeah, that was his way of flinging omniscient.
We squeezed out those last couple minutes, right? We're over an hour.
Yeah, we're a little over.
Squeeze it out. Right. Squeezing out. Probably.
Bye, Mike.
Yeah.
All right, for the Nerd Effect News Show, we have been.
Macamogan.
Mason, Ireland.
And I am Dustin Vancouver, and we'll see you guys in 2015. Happy New Year, guys.